Than last practice and Tuesday. Credit a lot to the players. They really came out and I thought practiced really hard, didn't have the ups and downs that there was Tuesday, and really brought a lot of energy and very physical practice. And I thought the line of scrimmage was much better on offense, which was a big emphasis today after Tuesday between the snaps and the line of scrimmage false starts. I thought they responded well today.
Can we get an injury update?
Yeah, we would still expect Max and Marquise back for the Tuesday practice after spring break. And then Silas had a knee today, and so did Chad Wheeler. So I don't know enough about them yet.
What's going on with Kiffin Seymour's
ankle? He's day to day.
Could you just talk about what you saw out of Kessler another day?
Yeah, I thought Cody did. I thought both the quarterbacks did some good things today and really moved around and made some plays. And Cody's doing a great job. And he really comes alive in those team settings there. And Max is moving around probably better than maybe we would have thought this early. From puck and movements and getting in and out of trouble. For a tall young guy, they're both doing really well.
Did you see that on film with Max in high school? That ability to run around?
We did. We probably didn't know he would do this well this early, because the level of competition, the jump from where he was at to here from any high school. He's 2 practices in a row, especially Tuesday where we didn't block very well at all up front. So a lot of guys were coming free and he was moving around really well.
Outside of the the brand new guys, is there anyone that's kind of jumped out at you, a returning player that wasn't necessarily a starter, but someone who's made kind of strides in the off season and maybe put himself in the mix or something?
George Farmer was doing good again, but he got hurt again, hurt his shoulder today. He started a lot, but I think that Xavier Grimm was really making that next step from a really good player to potentially a great player. He had an unbelievable practice today, and he was really supposed to be out earlier today. He was kind of ruled out with a rib injury, and then he kind of just practiced. Him and Sua both were going to be ruled out earlier today with injuries, and both of them came out in practice, so that was exciting to see. And so he's really kind of taking that next step. And I would say on the other side of the ball, Lamar's had 5 great practices, maybe 5 of his better practices that he's ever had, so doing really well in there. And he's playing the will spot. Actually, Hayes at one point wasn't going to go today, but if he didn't, we were going to put Lamar in at Mike. So Lamar's doing a great job. He just really changed his body. A lot of times, we've kind of sped up the process here of not redshirting a lot of guys here lately because of the numbers and stuff. But we have a lot of guys that are coming into their 3rd year. Lamar's class right there, where they were redshirting, they'd just be sophomores. That's usually when they start turning the lights start turning on, and it's definitely happened with Lamar.
Grimble looks bigger too. Maybe he's not, but he appears to be. Is he kind of changed a little bit?
No, he's not. No, I thought the same thing. Actually, surprisingly, him and Randall are the exact same height. Randall's actually 5 pounds heavier, and Randall tests better than all tests. So I joke with Xavier because you wouldn't think it. You probably think like me. We always assume Xavier is bigger because he looks bigger. He's not. But maybe it's just Randall looks smaller. But they're both really big, 6'4" prototype guys.
What's the competition like between Randall and Xavier?
Yeah, they do a great job. I kind of compare it to Marquise and Robert, where they're really close. They really push each other, and the results have been great. It's very competitive in a good way. There's no issues between them. They do a great job, and never complain about who's starting and who's not.
How do you think Max Turk is doing with the move to center?
I think Max is doing well. I think that transition for anyone who has not played that spot is hard to do, especially with some of the defensive tackles that we put in front of him. So he's struggled with some snaps, but mentally he's doing really well.
How's it different with the 6 guys working on offense and 3 coaches on defense versus the past 3 years?
Not really. We basically just everything's the same on offense except there's 2 line coaches, to work with. The position has the most players, so I think it's going well. Clancy is a coordinator, but he coaches the DBs, and that's where his background is. He does a great job back there, so I really haven't noticed it really.
Do you have more GA or support people going to defense now?
We do. We have 2 guys over there right now. We have a 3rd on the way, but there's got to be a process of getting into school for them to be fully cleared to actually start coaching. So there would be, we will have none on offense. We'll have 3 on defense and 1 on special teams.
Did you name an offensive and defensive MVP?
Xavier was the MVP today. He just really, like I said, practiced hurt. He wasn't even supposed to go on the contact stuff, and not only did he go, he went the entire day.
How's Darius Rogers looked?
He had an unbelievable day. He really, it was very close between the 2 of them. Darius had a great day. He had the long reverse, and he made a number of big catches. So he probably had the 2nd best day of anybody.
How would you kind of evaluate, what you've seen now that he finally was able to get out here?
Yeah, really picking it up. He's been, we've been very fortunate with all the 7 of these mid-year guys. They've really come in and have just attacked school and football the same way. And Darius is doing great in school, and he's really picking everything up from a playbook standpoint. So I mentioned it before, this group of 7 guys is really, really unique and special. To have 7 guys so committed on and off the field.
Is George going to be out at all, or is it?
I don't know. Yeah, he just hurt his shoulder. That's all I know.
You probably answered this, but how important was it for the offense to come back and have the day they had today?
Really important. I think that there was, another bad day up front. You'd really be concerned about some confidence issues. So it was good to see against a very good front 7 defense.
No more guys.
So they needed that. It's tough.
Your interceptions today from the quarterbacks, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, really good in general. The turnover numbers were down, the fumble exchanges, the line of scrimmage, the handling of the football. I thought the offense in general did really well, and the 2 quarterbacks obviously had a lot to do with that.
Do you think that's a confidence thing?
You just wanted to break this one more question. I think that, like I said, they needed that, to have that confidence, especially with 2 very inexperienced quarterbacks taking all the snaps. So it was really good to see. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.